Imagine you're 80 years old, sitting in your favorite chair, looking back at your life. What would you regret most? Not the things you did, but the things you never tried. The dreams you buried, the words you never said, the person you never became. Today, I'm going to share something that might change the way you see your entire life. Stay with me until the end because the last lesson is the most powerful one. Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to English Ascent. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Before we begin, if you find value in this lesson, please hit that like button. It really helps other learners discover this content. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now and turn on notifications. We're building a community of people who want to improve their English and their lives at the same time. Your comments mean the world to me, so please share your thoughts below. Now, let's begin. Today, we're going to talk about something deeply important, something that affects every single person watching this video right now. We're going to talk about life itself, not just living, but living with purpose, not just existing, but truly being alive. The topic is simple but profound. Don't waste your life. Part 1. Understanding time. Let me start with a simple truth. Time is the only resource you can never get back. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose health and sometimes recover it. You can lose relationships and rebuild them. But time, once it's gone forever. Think about this carefully. If you're 25 years old, you have lived about 9,000 days. If you're 40, you've lived roughly 14,600 days. These numbers might sound big, but they're not. If you live to be 80 years old, that's only 29,200 days total, and you've already used many of them. I'm not saying this to make you sad or anxious. I'm saying this to wake you up, to help you realize that your life is precious. Every single day matters. Every hour counts. Every moment is a gift. Many people live as if they have unlimited time. They say, "I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start next week, maybe next year." But tomorrow becomes next week becomes next month becomes next year, and suddenly 10 years have passed and nothing has changed. Part 2. The comfortable trap. One of the biggest ways people waste their lives is by staying too comfortable. Comfort is wonderful. It feels safe. It feels easy. But too much comfort can be dangerous. Let me explain why. When you stay in your comfort zone for too long, you stop growing. Imagine a plant that stays in a small pot. Eventually, it stops growing because there's no room for its roots to expand. The same thing happens to humans. If you never challenge yourself, if you never try new things, if you never face your fears, you stop growing as a person. I've seen this happen to many people. They find a job that pays the bills. Not a job they love, just a job that's okay. They stay in that job for years, maybe decades. They complain about it every Monday. They count down the hours until Friday. They live for the weekend, but they never make a change because change feels scary. Change feels uncomfortable. The same thing happens in relationships. People stay in relationships that don't fulfill them. Not abusive relationships, those should be left immediately, but relationships that are just empty. There's no growth, no deep connection, no real love, just habit, just convenience, just fear of being alone. Now, here's what I want you to understand. Discomfort is often a sign that you're growing. When you feel uncomfortable, it usually means you're learning something new, trying something challenging, or pushing yourself beyond your old limits. This discomfort is good. It's healthy. It means you're alive and evolving. Part 3. The disease of distraction. Now, let's talk about something that affects almost everyone in the modern world: distraction. We live in the age of distraction. Our phones buzz constantly. Social media calls to us. Streaming services offer unlimited entertainment. The internet never sleeps. These things aren't bad by themselves. Technology is a tool. It can be used well or poorly. But here's the problem. Many people use distraction to avoid their real lives. They scroll through social media instead of working on their dreams. They watch TV shows for hours instead of having real conversations with real people. They play video games to escape reality instead of building the reality they actually want. Let me share something personal with you. A few years ago, I realized I was spending 3 hours every day on my phone. 3 hours. That's 21 hours per week. That's 1,092 hours per year. If I sleep 8 hours a night, that means I'm awake for about 5,840 hours per year. I was spending almost 20% of my waking life staring at a small screen. When I realized this, I felt shocked. What was I doing with those hours? Mostly nothing important. Scrolling through feeds, looking at photos of people I barely knew, watching short videos that I forgot minutes later. I wasn't learning anything valuable. I wasn't building anything meaningful. I was just consuming, wasting time, wasting my life. So I made a change. I deleted several apps. I turned off most notifications. I set strict time limits. And you know what happened? I got my life back. I had time to read books, time to learn new skills, time to work on projects that mattered to me, time to connect with people I love. I'm not saying you should throw away your phone. I'm saying you should be intentional about how you use it. Ask yourself, is this activity adding value to my life, or is it just filling time? Am I learning and growing, or am I just escaping and avoiding? Part 4. The Power of Purpose. So, if we shouldn't waste our lives on comfort and distraction, what should we do instead? The answer is simple, but not easy. Live with purpose. Purpose means having a reason for what you do. It means your life has direction. It means you're working towards something meaningful. Purpose gives you energy when you're tired. It gives you motivation when things are difficult. It gives you satisfaction when you go to sleep at night. But here's what many people misunderstand. Purpose doesn't have to be something huge or famous. You don't need to cure cancer or win a Nobel Prize or become a celebrity to have purpose. Purpose can be simple and personal. Maybe your purpose is to be an amazing parent, to raise children who are kind, confident, and capable. That's a beautiful purpose. Maybe your purpose is to create art that moves people, or to teach students who will remember you forever, or to build a business that solves real problems, or to be there for your friends when they need support. Your purpose is unique to you. It comes from your values, your talents, your experiences, and your heart. Nobody else can tell you what your purpose should be. You have to discover it yourself. So, how do you find your purpose? Let me share some questions that can help you. First, ask yourself, what makes me lose track of time? What activities make me so engaged that hours pass like minutes? This is often a clue to your purpose. When you're doing what you're meant to do, time feels different. Second, ask, what would I do even if nobody paid me?
What would I do just because I love it? This question removes external motivation and helps you find what truly matters to you. Third, ask, what problems do I want to solve? What makes me angry or sad about the world? Often, our purpose is connected to something we want to change or improve. Fourth, ask, what do people thank me for? What do others say I'm good at? Sometimes other people see our gifts more clearly than we do. Take time with these questions. Don't rush. Write down your answers. Think deeply. Your purpose might not be immediately clear, and that's okay. Finding purpose is a journey, not a destination. Now, here's something important. Even when you know your purpose, you might not pursue it. Why? Because of fear. Fear is one of the biggest reasons people waste their lives. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being different, fear of losing security, fear of disappointing others. These fears keep people trapped in lives they don't really want. Let me tell you something about fear. It's natural. Everyone feels fear. Successful people aren't fearless, they're just willing to act despite their fear. They feel the fear and do it anyway. Think about it this way. Imagine two paths in front of you. One path is safe and comfortable, but it leads to a life of regret. The other path is scary and uncertain, but it leads to a life of meaning and growth. Which path will you choose? Most people choose the safe path because the fear feels real right now, while the regret feels distant and hypothetical. But I promise you, future regret is worse than present fear. Fear lasts for a moment, regret lasts for a lifetime. Part 7. The Gift of Mortality. Here's a truth that might sound dark, but is actually beautiful. You're going to die someday. We all are. This isn't meant to be depressing, it's meant to be motivating. When you truly accept that your time is limited, everything changes. Suddenly, petty arguments don't matter. Grudges seem pointless. Procrastination feels like self-betrayal. You realize that life is too short to spend it on things that don't matter. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, once said, "Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life." Think about that. Death isn't the enemy of a meaningful life, it's actually what makes life meaningful. If you lived forever, you could do everything tomorrow. There would be no urgency, no motivation, no reason to act now. But because your time is limited, every choice matters. Every day is precious. Every moment counts.
Part 8. Taking Action Today. So, what should you do right now, today, this week? Let me give you some practical steps. First, evaluate your current life honestly. Are you spending your time on what truly matters, or are you just going through the motions? Write down how you spend your time each day. You might be surprised by what you discover. Second, identify one thing you've been putting off, one dream you've been ignoring, one conversation you've been avoiding, one skill you've wanted to learn. Just one thing, and make a commitment to start working on it this week. Not next month, not next year, this week. Third, eliminate or reduce one major distraction. Maybe it's social media. Maybe it's excessive TV watching. Maybe it's hanging out with people who drain your energy. Choose one thing that's stealing your time and life force and reduce it. Fourth, connect with your deeper values. What really matters to you? Love? Creativity? Justice? Adventure? Learning? Service? Write down your top 3 values. Then look at your daily life. Are you actually living according to these values? If not, something needs to change. Fifth, have the difficult conversations you've been avoiding. Tell people you love them. Apologize for past mistakes. Ask for forgiveness. Offer forgiveness. Share your true feelings. These conversations are scary,
but they're essential for a life without regret. Part 9. Creating daily meaning. You don't need to make huge changes all at once. Small, consistent actions create a meaningful life. Let me share some daily practices that can help. Start each morning by asking yourself, what would make today meaningful? Not productive, meaningful. There's a difference. Productivity is about getting things done. Meaning is about doing things that matter. Throughout the day, practice presence. Be fully where you are. When you're with someone, really be with them. Put away your phone. Make eye contact. Listen deeply. When you're working, focus completely. When you're resting, rest fully. This quality of attention transforms ordinary moments into meaningful experiences. End each day with reflection. Ask yourself, did I live today according to my values? Did I make someone's life better? Did I grow even a little? Did I move closer to my purpose? You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be honest with yourself. Part 10. Remember, your life matters. Before we finish, I want to leave you with this final thought. Your life matters. Not because of what you achieve, or how much money you make, or how many people know your name. Your life matters because you're here, because you have the capacity to love, to learn, to create, to help, to feel, to connect. Every life has value. Your life has value. But that value must be expressed. It must be lived. A seed has the potential to become a tree, but only if it's planted and nurtured. You have incredible potential inside you, but it means nothing if you don't bring it into the world. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel completely ready. Don't wait for permission from others. Your life is happening right now, today, this moment. You get to choose how you live it. Conclusion. So, my dear friends, I'll ask you again. If you were 80 years old, looking back at your life, what would you want to see? What would you want to have done? Who would you want to have been? The beautiful thing is, you still have time. You can still make those choices. You can still become that person. Don't waste your life on things that don't matter. Don't waste it on fear, on distraction, on comfort, on other people's expectations. Your life is a gift. Unwrap it. Use it. Live it fully. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, please give this video a like. Share it with someone who needs to hear it, and leave a comment below telling me what's one thing you're going to stop putting off. What's one step you're going to take this week? I read every comment, and I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to English Ascent if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss a lesson. We're not just learning English here, we're learning how to live better lives. Remember, your time is limited. Don't waste it. Make it count. Make it beautiful. Make it meaningful. Until next time, take care of yourself and live with purpose.